Welcome back to the program. It's the duo you always wanted, me and Slim, back at it again. Finn, not here, but let's just get right into it. Game four, Nuggets take the win, and it was in. It was a good game, but the Nuggets had control of it the whole time. I'd pretty much say there was definitely points where Miami was making a run, but the Nuggets answered, um, and I think it was important to see. Now we've gotten to the point where all the adjustments are kind of out the window with the teams. So like it's just basically like play whatever worked best and better team win. If you can out adjust it, fine. And the Nuggets did that. They trapped Jamal Murray like they did in game two, and Jamal Murray didn't have to be a scorer tonight. Aaron Gordon, 27 points, really came up big for the Nuggets. Jokic had 5 fouls, but still played a hell of a game.
That boy Bruce Brown.
Bruce Brown also had a good game. KCP hit some timely threes. Nuggets have a really good team, and I think that was kind of the difference in the game. Jimmy Butler had, I would say, probably his best game yet, but still wasn't that standard that a lot of people hold him to, where
100.
he's like a top 10 player in the NBA. And if you've ever watched us on here, I don't believe that he is. But people have been saying that he's like this would put him in some crazy tier of players ever and all this stuff. Be a great run, no doubt, but he hasn't really done anything. Like if the Heat were to win the championship somehow, he's not winning Finals MVP. Bam's winning it.
No.
So like if you're not even the best player on your team in the finals, how are you going to be a top 10 player in the NBA? But Nuggets win 108-95. If you want to go back to our bets from last episode, if you stayed to the end, Slim had the Nuggets in the under. I had the Nuggets in the over. Finn had the Heat in the under. So 1-1 day for me and Finn, and 2-0 day for Slim. I'm 3-1 since we started doing this, and Slim is 2-2. Finn is 1-3. So can't call you a casual today, Slim. You did it. You can call me a casual today.
I'm not even gonna do you like that. I think I think Miami. I think it's done, bro. I think they take it back to Denver and then it's over with. I don't think that Jimmy Butler is gonna be the savior for the Miami Heat and the Heat culture. I think that it's really done. Bam has the potential to be a top 5 center in the league and maybe a top 10, maybe 15 player if he were to play as aggressive
as he's been in the finals,
and as the signs that he shows. And he doesn't even play like consistently aggressive throughout the games, but he shows those certain possessions where he can, like he started off I'm pretty sure his first bucket was just an attack at Joker. And if he just kept that momentum going, I feel like that would be enough to get the team going. But I think Jimmy Butler's hesitancy to get out there and need to take over just because he has the ability to score, but he doesn't consider himself a scorer, and he doesn't just want to have the narrative of him being playoff Jimmy Butler when his team can shine, but his team also needs him to be that player in order for them to win these games. And I think that's what's putting them off. And
yeah, like he had 25, 7, and 7 today. Really good game, but it's not enough. Like this roster is not close to what Denver has been playing like all year. Like Miami's only really done this in the playoffs, and Denver's been doing it the whole year. They've done it all playoffs, and if you're going to beat Denver, you have to outplay Jokic specifically, and you also have to limit everyone else. And if you're going to be Jimmy Butler, you're going to have to take the Jamal Murray assignment, and you're going to have to score 30 points. This roster is not good enough to consistently just win by being better than Nuggets, and you have to make the Nuggets do things that they're uncomfortable, which is what they kind of did in game 2, where they made Jokic shoot the ball every time.
100.
But Nuggets adjusted like good teams do, and they figured it out. But I think the biggest story in this game was something that we haven't seen all series, was that Miami turned it over a lot today.
100.
And normally they don't beat themselves, but there was a lot of times today, especially late in the game, where they turned it over on multiple possessions, which kind of just sealed it for them. And I think if Miami's going to even have a chance of coming back, they have to stop the turnovers, one, which I feel like they will. But two, they have to force the Nuggets into other sets, which is really tough to do considering the matchups and size the Nuggets have over the Heat. But
Yeah, the Heat are a small team outside. I mean, really just outside of Bam and Cody Zeller. But
yeah, I mean, Bam's not big. Like, he's not
yeah,
big. He's 6'9". Like, for a
100,
center, he's not big. But
100.
I don't know. I haven't been a believer in the Heat all playoffs, all season, before the season. I haven't been a believer in them. They definitely shocked me that they're here, to be honest. But I think they kind of just they met the best team. Before we were saying, oh, the Bucks, oh, the Celtics, oh, the Sixers, and we gave the Nuggets and the Suns and a couple of teams in the West a shot. I had the Lakers going to the finals, but I mean, if you look at it, the Nuggets were the best team for 90% of the year. The Bucks were really good, but in the West, the Nuggets were just clear and concise the best team, and everyone was still like, "Oh, they're frauds. Oh, they're frauds." But they haven't had Jamal Murray the last 2 years like that. Like, Jokic has been running a one-man army,
Even
and
MPJ was out too.
yeah, MPJ was out. I mean, he hasn't played well in the finals at all, but I just think that for the Heat, what can you really do or change that the Nuggets haven't already exploited? I think that's what the biggest key is, and I don't think there's anything. And I just really can't see the Nuggets losing another game at home. They haven't lost one up until game 2, and they just beat you twice on your home floor. It's going to be tough.
They're
I
gonna
mean, if
get
you
it
win
done.
game 5, you got something, but I mean, it's going to be really, really challenging.
They're gonna get it done, and then not to continue to push this narrative just because I understand the position that this player just so happens to be in and how they just want to facilitate for their team and do what they need for their team. But you need that scoring for Jimmy Butler tonight. You don't just need 25 from the guy. You at least need maybe 35. Here's an opportunity where you pull out 40, and still have the opportunity to feed your guys and get the system flowing because Bam is a great facilitator. You could cut Bam's points down just because I think Joker like first of all, this game they exploited a weakness by Bam. I feel like him being as aggressive as he was tonight to get Joker to have 5 fouls. I think
He
that
wasn't shooting the floaters anymore, the pull-up middies. He was going
yeah,
into Jokic
yeah,
a lot more, which was good.
100%. And then that worked out for them. So if you were able to have Bam do that to put pressure on the best player that is on the floor, I think that opens up a lot more for your wings, and then also for Jimmy Butler, who can get surgical when he really should, but is choosing not to because you know I think it's that pressure of the public because everybody's like, "Where's playoff Jimmy?" Like, and we saw him go off against Milwaukee in the first round, giving you
Only
50,
time it really went off. Just
you
saying.
know, and then that was it. And then all I got to say is, um, leading up until leading up to what Denver is about to do, which is go ahead, get that fourth dub, win the chip. Congrats to them. But the only team to really eliminate Miami is none other than, you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah. But I don't know. I think as much as it pains me to say this, I strongly disagree with 90% of this guy's takes, but I have Skip Bayless Twitter note he's on during the game. He said, um, he said,
the
Jimmy
craziest sentence
50,
I've ever heard.
56-point Jimmy, but playoff Jimmy has not been seen, which is true. Like, or something along those lines. Like, he hasn't. I actually agree with this. He hasn't been that player. He hasn't been that ultra aggressive player while still getting everyone involved. And I think the Heat have to get back to that. I don't want to say it's over already, but like it's over. Like, it's not. I just can't see the Heat doing anything drastic enough to make this series go a different way. And even if they do win 5 and 6, game 7 in Denver, there's no way they lose 3 games at home.
Mhm.
They're way too good of a home team, and I can't see it. I expect them to be done in 5. We both called Denver in 5 before the series started, so I didn't think it'd go this way. I thought it'd be a 2-0 loss, win-win, but hey, 5 games is 5 games, and yeah, I think going into next game, what do you? I mean, obviously Jimmy has to be ultra aggressive, but what do you think for the Nuggets? What do you think they have to do to really close it out and just make sure, put the nail in the coffin, blow them out, be let this game be done by 7-5 ish minutes in the fourth quarter? What do you think needs to happen?
I think the way that they run the offense, I was listening to Mike Malone in the timeout. He said, "We're playing the best defense that we've played, and this is the highest level, but not only on defense, but offense as well." I feel like a great word to describe Denver is relentless. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop Joker. Jamal Murray is gonna get his bucket, make tough shots, get comfortable, and allow everybody else to get in rhythm. And when you have Aaron Gordon and Bruce Brown performing at the level that they did tonight, I think the way that they carried the energy throughout the regular season and really post Phoenix, and it came down to LA, and then they were facing the scrutiny of people not really respecting them, and then people not even talking about them when it came down to playing against the Lakers. It was just really highlighting the Lakers, and it's like, man, y'all don't understand the type of arsenal that we have and how deadly we are. So I think that it all comes down to consistency, and I think that that's why they've only lost that game 2 at home. In the out of their most recent in these past two rounds, but or maybe 3. I don't know.
They haven't. That was the first game they lost at home all playoffs.
That's crazy. So I think with that being said, you just got to make sure that doesn't happen again. And then I think it just comes down to consistency with the relentlessness of having your big score facilitate. Jamal Murray, let's not just talk about his scoring, but he's averaging like
He's
what
leading
more
the team in
than
assists in the
yeah,
finals.
exactly. So I think that Jamal is gonna get it done, and I think the guys just want it more. And I think the question is, what is Miami gonna do to stop them? And I don't think Jimmy Butler. I've been watching the press conferences live, and then he just keeps, oh yeah, like because everybody's asking, where's playoff Jimmy? Where's playoff Jimmy? Guess what? I almost said something. He did not show up. He is not showing up, and he seems like he's giving me Julius Randle vibes this playoff run. I think that the same way Julius Randle kind of gave up when it came down to playing Miami, it was just like, oh yeah, like I don't know what we like. Jimmy Butler is just like kind of like soft spoken, kind of cracks jokes or whatever. But
He's too he's very moderately chill, and then when you're winning, it's cool, and you're like, oh, we'll get it. Like they were up 3-0, lost 2 games in a row, didn't look like they were gonna most people did not have the Heat winning Game 7 versus Celtics. He's just like calm, cool, collected, and then he wins. He's like, oh, he's so like cold blooded, like no fear, all this stuff. You can't do that when you're down 3-1. You can do it when you're up. You can do it if you lose a game. You can't do it down 3-1. And I think for the Heat, as crazy as this sounds, Bam has played the best on the Heat this finals, but he can't be the guy taking 20 shots again. That's what the Nuggets want him to do. They want him to be the aggressor. Takes the ball out of their dynamic playmakers' hands in Jimmy Butler, Gabe Vincent, who did not have a good day today, but those guys can create their own shots. It limits all of that 3-point action that they've been running and been hitting in the playoffs. If Bam's clogging up that lane, shooting all the shots. And I think that's what's really halted them, because the Nuggets are playing heavy defense on the 3-point line, running them off the line, forcing them to take these tough 15, 10-foot floaters, which are good shots. But at the same time, if you're going to get an open 3, which is your game plan and how you play the best, you have to try and get back to that. And I think for Game 5, you have to try and figure out something to get the 3-point shooters the ball. And if they're not hitting the shots, then you chalk it up. That's what's got you here. You got to ride with it. I always said the Celtics lived or died by the 3. They died by it. And I think that's what's kind of gotten them in trouble. I think that's why Denver is so multidimensional that they can score inside and out with a dynamic group of guys. I think that's what's allowed them to be as good as they are. And they haven't been the best defensive team in the world by any stretch, but they've played good defense in spots. They finish plays very well. They don't allow a ton of offensive rebounds. And I think that's the biggest key for Denver, because every time they miss a shot, it's a board, you're out, you're getting – then they run the floor and they get a mismatch with Jokic on a smaller guy. Then they have to scramble. There's your baskets. But I don't want to say it's over, but I think it's over. But just in case if this isn't the last game, but let's just say it is, let's make our picks, Slim. Finn's not here, but the total is 208, and Denver is 9-point favorites. What do you like?
I like Denver. I like Denver on the over, maybe.
So Denver in the over?
Yeah, I think Miami's going to at least try to do something. I could see them coming in, like, being sorry, and not even really giving any effort once it gets down to the third quarter, because I could see it being a blowout.
I think they'll be down like 10 or 12 going into the third or fourth, and then Miami's going to make a little run. It'll be like a 4-point game for at the 7-minute mark, and then Denver will blow it wide open. They'll go up 15 with 5 left or 4 left, and then it'll be rounds.
I think Denver in the over.
I kind of want to. 9's just a ton of points. I think Denver wins, but give me Miami in the over. I think Denver wins. 9's a ton of points, dude. They've all been right around. They won by 13 today? Yeah. I don't know. The over has to hit one of these fucking times. It hit in game 2.
Bro.
I think Denver's going to come out scorching.
They have to, bro. And shout out to Jamal Murray. I don't think he had a turnover. But
today he had a lot of bad ones in game 4 or 3.
Yeah.
But I'll look. No turnovers, 12 assists. Great game.
Come on now.
Didn't put the ball in the hoop. Jamal Murray, if you want a prop, I don't know what the line is. I haven't checked, but his points in game 5.
Over.
It'll probably be 25.5, 26.5, but if it's up to 27.5, don't take it. 25.5, I like it. I think he ends with 27.
Wow.
But that's a wrap from us. Maybe the second to last episode of the NBA season, which is kind of crazy to say. And it'll be a long few months until October when it comes back. But
Tune in.
We'll be here with the off-season content, every single NBA team, what they should do, all that kind of stuff. So check back. It'll be starting as soon as the finals end. 3 videos a week, hopefully. And, peace, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys soon.